Microsoft may bring all their big games to PS5, says analysts. Eddie McCooch over at GameSpot. Here we go. According to a veteran video game industry analyst, 2025 could be the year that Microsoft goes all in on bringing its Xbox games to other platforms, including PlayStation 5. Microsoft, of course, has already begun to launch some games on rival platforms, but Serkan Toto of Kantan Games believes Microsoft will lean further into that this year. Toto told GI Biz, which stands for Games Industry, if you're not aware of that, that Microsoft may opt to do this for a variety of reasons, including helping to pay for its massive buyout of Activision Blizzard and the huge lead of PlayStation in the market. Quote, 2025 might be the year where they go all in, end quote, Toto said. Quote, the $69 billion Activision Blizzard deal, rising costs across the board, and the power of forever titles, the huge lead of Sony, and other factors will likely leave Microsoft no choice but to bring all their big games to PS5 early, including blockbusters such as Gears of War E-Day or Perfect Dark, end quote. In the early 2024, Microsoft surprised some people by announcing some of its first-party games would launch on other platforms, including Sea of Thieves, Grounded, Hi-Fi Rush, and Pentiment. Even before this, though, Microsoft was already one of the biggest publishers on PlayStation and Switch thanks to the juggernaut Minecraft series. Call of Duty is now a Microsoft franchise too, and Microsoft continues to release the game on PlayStation platforms. One of the next big Xbox games to come to PlayStation is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which launches for PlayStation 5 in spring of 2025. Beyond this, there are ongoing rumors of a Halo Combat Evolved remastered project that could launch on PlayStation 5. In May, it was reported that Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella and CFO Amy Hood are mandating increasing margins at all divisions, including Xbox. At the time, it was reported that Microsoft might look to release even more of its first-party games on PlayStation to help increase revenue. There is said to be an internal plan within Microsoft called Latitude that is focused on formulating plans to bring more first-party Xbox games to rival systems. Michael, it brings me way back to a little company called Sega, because there are now no platforms in the world of Sega, and it is just a third-party company. Microsoft seems to be going the same way.
Yeah, I mean, if we go all in, if we get Gears of War on PlayStation, we get a Halo game on PlayStation, I think this kind of sends the alarm bells. Don't buy the next Xbox if you're a Microsoft guy. Yeah. Just buy out the PlayStation 6, because it's basically been the better system over the last, I think, 2 generations. And you're going to get all those exclusive Xbox titles, and you're going to get the exclusive PlayStation titles that kind of already blow Xbox out of the water since the Halo franchise has kind of just stopped producing and Gears of War took a long hiatus. The one thing I think I'm going to be very curious about is there going to be that delay, right? If they still have that 6-month delay like we're getting with Indiana Jones, they at least have something, right? But if we get day 1 PlayStation 5 Gears of War E-Day, day 1 Combat Evolved Remastered Halo on the PlayStation 5, never a reason to buy an Xbox ever again. So if there's that delay, I'll give them a little bit of a break. But man, they're just really telling people, kind of hit the nail on the head. Why buy an Xbox anymore? Just buy a PlayStation. And how long is Xbox even going to be around as a console?
Yeah, just buy a PlayStation and have Game Pass. I think that's the deal, right? And then if you're just going to have Game Pass, you don't necessarily even need an Xbox. You can play it on every device now around the world pretty much. So it's not necessary. It really just isn't necessary anymore, it feels like. If you are an Xbox fan, right? So here's the one thing. More games in the hands of gamers is great. But if you're an Xbox diehard, you are dying on the inside. You're going to have to get used to the fact that all your games now are coming over to other platforms. And there isn't really anything wrong with that. The only problem being is there's no real reason to have a console for Xbox anymore, because it is the Game Pass. Now, granted, the console allows you to download the games, install them, and make sure that they are running top notch versus through the cloud, where you might get a little bit of lag, right? Where everything going over to PlayStation. Indiana Jones, dude, one of the best games of 2024. I really do wish it was in the Game of the Year combination of nominees, because it would have stood a chance. where we take a look at 2025, dude, there's no chance. I'm sorry. As good as this game is, it is absolutely incredible. But the juggernaut of titles that are coming out in 2025 are absolute fire. So getting back into the world of Xbox and then transforming these games over to PlayStation, man, it's going to be an interesting 2025, right? If let me ask you this. If Microsoft didn't buy Activision Blizzard and had this $69 billion pay hanging over their head of, hey, we need to get this revenue back, would we be getting these games on PlayStation still?
I think we'd still be getting, I guess for the lack of a better word, the lesser titles, right? Sea of Thieves, stuff like that. I don't think we'd be getting Gears of War. I don't think we'd be having rumors of a Halo game if it wasn't that $69 billion bill, as you said, right? I think Microsoft realized, right? PlayStation is beating us at the console war. Really, it's not even a console war anymore. PlayStation has won. Put your game on PlayStation eventually. You're going to make more money. But the fact they got that big bill to pay, that's why we're getting the big guns that are going to be moving to PlayStation.
Yeah, very interesting combination, right? Because at the end of the day, when they bring their games over to PlayStation, PlayStation gets a chunk of that sale.